Working as intended.
You can actually shoot me when you're down. It's like, oh, I'm down.
was,
You're down too.
Yeah.
Whee! Oh, actually, I better start refilling my life. Anyways, so we should actually start considering where we want to actually build up an actual place to keep all of our stuff.
See, after putting so much effort into sorting in the last world that crashed, the broken world, I'm not at all motivated to try to do a central organized hub. I'm more motivated to just like, well, when I need it, I'll move it where it needs to be.
So what you're saying is you want trains everywhere?
Yes. Trains and conveyors, just moving things where they need to be.
The only thing I was wanting is like a central place for just some ingredients to actually build the stuff. Because running back and forth to get materials, certain materials, and then going back, it's like we can have all the steel and the frames and stuff like that in one spot. So we can just come and...
So like restocking your inventory is what you mean?
Yes.
Well, I think paving over this lake is then the answer.
I was going to say, actually, you know what's a great spot? If you go in that direction there, there's actually a gigantic, I want to say like 1 kilometer squared area where there's literally nothing.
Okay. I like that, and we can just load up a few one massive train hauling stuff there.
We don't even necessarily need one massive train. We can have like a train with like 4 cars, but have like 5 or 6 of them going between places and dropping off there.
Yeah.
Because later I'd like to repurpose this area. You know where the coal is? Up above, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, we'll have steel generation here. We'll bring that coal down here with all the iron. And we'll make, like, let's say this is a good place for heavy modular frames because there's copper and there's the limestone over there too, right? So this place, I think, would be a good place for heavy modular frames. Just because of the sheer iron and amount of iron we're going to need. But we have 3 pure nodes right here.
Okay. So, I can turn some of that overflow coal into steel.
Well, I figured that'll be... We'll be working on the heavy modular frames once we're into the fuel power era. So fuel power... So, I'm not sure if I discussed this with you, but fuel power gets pretty intense. So the basic fuel thing is you want 300 crude oil per minute, which you can get from one normal node overclocked to 250. So that's easy to do with one normal node. Then you do to 5 refineries, and those 5 refineries make enough fuel to go to, I think it's like 16.67 fuel generators. And that gives 2,500, about 2,500 megawatts for one normal node. I figure once we get that done, because at that point we're going to need some computers. I figure we can actually handcraft the frames and computers to get one of those done. And at that point, we should have gas masks, and we should be able to go and get a whole bunch of hard drives, because we should look for the diluted fuel recipe. Because the diluted fuel recipe, you do the same thing. You start with 300, you start with 300, and then you put it to a whole bunch of, I believe it's heavy oil residue. And then from heavy oil residue, you go to diluted fuel. So you have 300, you have 300 crude oil that will go to, I believe it's 66.67 fuel generators. And that gives a little bit more than 10,000 megawatts for one normal node. So that sounds like it starts to get out of hand, right?
Okay, where is your steel production?
All right, follow along. Actually, hang on, before we go, let's go to the thing over here. Let's get some research done. Nutrition. How about nutrition? All right, we'll finish off nutrients. Nutrients is complete. All right, mycelia, we need some steel stuff. Caterium. Oh, we can finish off this one. Stun rebar. The next one needs plastic. This one will make AI limiters. Ooh, okay. So I did leave it on overnight, so we do have a surplus of materials. One of the things we can do... Oh, you know when you're saying that the miners Mark IIs don't occur for a while? No, we actually already have them.
Oh, we just need to get encased beams up and running.
Yes, but steel encased beams will... I'll probably handcraft a few just to get a few just to make the minor Mark IIs. I'm just going to pick up some stuff here for like rotors and stuff. Alright, so steel is a little ways away. You don't have stuff to build some assemblers. Yes, I do. I figure I'll also make some black powder. We're going north. But yeah, once you get to gas masks, you can easily get to pretty much all the hard drives. Gotta go past this poison field to the northeast.
Do you have power there or no?
Yes.
I see the lines.
I figure I'll make a hypertube going here.
I see it.
Good, we have the steel beam to screw recipe already. That's actually one of the necessary ones I was looking for here. The, what is it? The rotors will require screws, and it's hard to use any more iron here, so... Alright, so you can see the, I have, the thing needs to be powered, I think, over here. There's, did you want to finish off the, limestone? Just over there?
Sure, I'll get some coming.
Well, there's not much that needs to be worked on there. And then, okay, so we need, what is it? Encased beams. So this one will be encased industrial beams, which needs 24 steel beams, which will be 2 of these. So steel beam working at 75%. No, 80%. And steel beam 80. We'll merge that into there. I have a conveyor coming up to here if you want to bring it here.
Awesome. I'll line it up with that.
Okay, so that should take care of steel encased beams. And I'm out of concrete.
I brought several stacks of concrete, so I'll drop some stacks up top. This concrete is inside the splitter. The splitter you just built, there's concrete inside of it.
Thank you. Alright, so once the... Yeah, okay, so that'll finish off the concrete. So that'll make our encased beams once it's powered up. The next thing we need are going to be stators, and then we need 3 things for stators. So there should be a copper vein below here. Alright, stator, 15 pipe. To move that up a bit. Get these things working at a stator of affairs. Each one needs 15 steel pipe. So these ones will work at 75. I think we finished one of these. I think the logistics something should give us the bigger storage.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, and also this one will also give us the Mark 3 conveyors, which we're going to need. But this should give us these two, this iron and this coal. These coal should give us enough to do all these stators, as well as finish off one for screws, which will go make rotors. And then those rotors will make motors. So we'll have one motor crafter here too. Motors we won't need for a while. They're used in the next tier. What you making?
Making the portable miner.
Oh, okay. I was about to actually make those because to make the extra miners. But all of these, there's one miner up here, 2 coal at the bottom. There's the concrete that needs it, and then there's the copper down here. This copper will go to make 120 wire and 20 copper sheets, I believe. What's going on down here?
Making a platform for the copper production.
Okay. I was going to make it up here, but that's fine. We can just deliver it up here. I'll start making the splitter for the copper wire. You know what I should do? I'm just going to sink a few items just to get us enough coupons for the thing that lets us make the hole in the floor.
I know, I like zero sink factories, but we need coupons.
There, I just bought some floor holes. All right.
Awesome.
Are you below working on the copper?
Yeah. Do you remember how much wire you needed for the stators?
120.
Okay.
Any way you can get the wire to where I built this hole here? Can you see it?
Oh yeah, no problem. I'll get wire there.
Okay, because the wire is all ready to go. All right, I'm going to take a trip back to finish off that logistics. And then that way we'll have the better conveyors.
That'll be nice.
Because the steel here is going to be making at least 240, so we're going to need the third conveyors. Was that copper vein a pure one or a normal one?
It was a normal one, so we're going to have to upgrade the miner on it soon.
Does it have a miner Mark II on it?
No, it'll need a Mark II.
Mark IIs aren't that bad, though. You just need the encased industrial beams. 3 is where it really gets out of control for what it requires. Because they require turbo motors, right?
Yeah.
Alright, there goes the load.
Milestone.
And this is the next one's the last one. I'm going to start some of these parts here, too. See, 100 of these is going to take 2,000 cable and 100 stators. That's super easy. Alright, on my way back. How's the copper looking over there?
Copper is done, and I was just about to make a band-aid to make up for not having Mark III tracks, but I see that is resolved.
Yes.
So I'm now going to run around and upgrade some Mark III tracks.
We just need to upgrade the miners there so we can get enough steel. I only wanted one of these stators to go to storage. The other 2 stators are going to be making rotors, or the motors.
Well, that'll be easy to cut out.
Also, we have industrial storage now.
I wasn't carrying any steel, so I just made a temporary.
I'm like, why did I get rid of everything? I still need the mergers. Alright, there should still be some copper left. God damn it, I got rid of all my wire. Gotta go back. Unless you have some spare.
There's some wire feeding into the rotors that you can grab. Just grab it right out of the machines there.
Alright, my cable. So okay, I'll just make some quick cable.
Yes, we do have extra copper.
Yes, I need those going to 2 copper sheet producers.
Okay, 2 copper sheet. And just drop a hole in the floor where you want to receive it. Actually, yeah, where do you want to receive it? That'll help me plan out where to put it.
Was it possible to get it there?
It's possible.
Or is there a more convenient location?
No, I kind of built myself into a corner, so I'm going to do some rearranging, and that'll work perfect. Yeah. The problem isn't where it is. The problem is what I built last.
I can move it around. Like,
No, right there is perfect.
this only has to work at 67%. Helps if it's in the right spot. Oh, we need steel beams first. Alright. Steel beams. But it doesn't require a lot of steel beams. Alright, stators are in. I see the copper sheets are going in. Should make motors. Now they just need power. Alright. So we have big storage on the some of the steel stuff now.
Nice.
See, stators are slowly coming in. I see motors are slowly going in. So now I need to upgrade the miners because now we only have half the stuff coming in that we need.
Yeah. I know, I'm looking at the encased steel beam production line going, yeah, kind of a sit and wait. I'll just throw a few steel beams in there manually to speed it up.
Do you have any modular frames on you?
I do.
Can you spare about 40? I can't. My inventory is almost full, but alright, give me a sec here to use some of them. Alright, I replaced the miner on the iron. I just did the limestone. Got the copper. I need one more miner to get the last coal one. It's raining, it's pouring. Okay, that should be all miner Mark IIs here.
Okay. I'm going to run some parts back to base.
Alright, mostly steel beams because the I took 600 beams for the one part there, but that one needs 3,000.
3,000 beams. Let me do some quick math on how many beams we have in storage.
We should have enough. I'm just waiting on stators, and then I'll be able to do one of the parts because one of the parts already have the 2,000 cable in it. I've already set up some of the things to start making the parts. All right, 120 there, 120 there. Angry monster.
I just built a tractor to drive all the steel beams back to base as extra inventory space. And that last wrap with the lip at the top was really challenging to get this awkward little tractor over. Come on, tractor. You can climb this hill. You're the tractor that could. I think you can. I think you can. I think you can. I almost feel like they buffed the tractor since I drove it last, where I'm like, this doesn't feel terrible. This just feels all right, normal, average, medium.
It uses a little bit more steel than we can handle. It uses 268 ingots per minute, I think. That's what I counted.
Which one is that uses that?
The total steel consumption over here.
Overcharge. Overclock some of the machines. We have the power to do it.
I think it'll be fine, because the only one that's slightly slower will be motors, and we don't need motors until the next tier. The important stuff, the steel items and the encased industrial beams are working at 100% capacity, so... Because that's just the order that the steel ingots are going in.
I do like manifolding for that reason.
And even then, the steel pipes aren't used for a ton of stuff.
Sorry, was it 3,000 or 6,000 steel beams?
3,000 steel beams, but I've already put in 600.
Okay, we are good on steel beams.
Did you put them in already?
Yeah, I put them in.
And the rest of the frames too?
That's next.
We have a full thing of frames. I'm coming back with the stators to finish off the other one there too.
Okay, phase 2's all lined up.
I just overclocked all of them.
Hypertubes are researched.
Safe, aesthetic, adaptable, fun. Not responsible for any harm caused by irresponsible use of the product. Hey, do you want to do a suicide mission?
No.
Okay. I was gonna say, what you can do with hypertubes is, you know how you built that hypertube cannon, right?
Yeah.
You store your stuff, and then you use the hypertube cannon to launch yourself across the map in various different directions. It just reveals the map for us.
Oh, yeah. Good plan, but I'm gonna pass on that. Oh yeah, we are waiting on phase 2.
Where'd you put the parts that you brought back?
Just in the silo. Sorry, what was the question?
Where'd you, you said you brought a bunch of stuff back?
Yeah, I put all the steel beams inside the steel container. I didn't bring surplus back.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I can go, one of the researchers just requires steel beams, so I figure I'll get some more research done.
I have extra in my inventory, if you don't have...
400.
Yes, I do have 400.
That'll get us one additional hand slot. And we got that researched. There we go. One more equipment. Hand slot. Oh, I can do this one too. Protein inhaler. Did I bring back any high-speed connectors? Yeah, I did. I found some from...
Protein inhaler. Nuts and protein.
Nuts in your mouth. These things are getting stuck on all machines. Go away.
Okay. Time for science.
Okay, what kind of science you doing?
Turn to look at me. That seemed like the typical response.
Yep.
That was the stun rebar.
I don't think it stuns. I think it just does the regular rebar thing.
Yeah, I don't think it had any special effect hitting a player.
Yeah, it does less damage to enemies, but it stuns them for 5 seconds. So you can hit them with the rebar and then just walk up and start hitting them with your Xeno.
I can still craft while knocked down. I like it.
Alright, do you want a mission?
I pressed the wrong button.
Do you need something to do while we wait for these parts?
Oh, I was just pissing around.
So that's a yes, you do want something to do?
I'm sticking my nose in the research. So no. I have much to keep me entertained.
Okay.
But what were you thinking about?
So there's 2 things we need, quartz and sulfur. Quartz...
Yeah. Go ahead.
Quartz is that way. If you go up there, there's a cave through there, and then at the end of the cave, you take a left, follow the cliff wall, there's 2 pure quartz nodes. You only need one of the quartz nodes right now, because the Mark II miner on that makes enough for, I think I want to say 200 per minute quartz crystals and silica. But I figure we might as well make a spot for the quartz crystals and silica so we can go and pick them up whenever we need them for crystal oscillators. The other one is sulfur. Sulfur is from the steel. If you go across the river, there is a coal vein, and then about 200 away there's 2 sulfur veins, an impure and a normal, I think. Those can be turned into black powder. Which one would you like?
I'm heading towards quartz.
Okay, I'll do the black powder then.
There's also the hypertube to steel.
I can start on that. Same with the hypertube to steel. Do you want it to go like bending around along the ground, or do you want it to go way up and over?
That's a decision made by the person who builds it. I'm fine either way.
I don't think there's any real advantage. Like up and over goes like in a direct line, but it's so slow going up.
Well, we know how to make good boosters, so we can fix. So that's not a problem. Like we can just boost it to solve that problem.
All right, go up and over. All right.
This quartz is a long ways away.
Yeah, it's a bit of a ways. There's also 2 big plasma spitters guarding it, so...
Oh, I'm glad I got the weaponry.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, as long as the Xenobasher, they're pretty trivial now. Oh, I also overclocked the things that are producing the space parts.
Yeah, I heard that. That'll help.
Copper pipe, that's what I needed. Or copper sheets. When you finish the quartz, you want to come back and make big storage for everything here?
Yeah, I'll upgrade it. And put it in a central-ish location.
Where are copper sheets being kept? Oh, there they are. Found them.
This drop pod requires 53 megawatts, which is a strange number.
Build 2 biomass burners.
Yeah, I was just confused by the exact number it was.
Oh, do you actually know the significance of number 53?
No.
For this company?
No, not at all.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, of course.
There's literally nothing.
You fucking had me.
It's like the one I always do to Daniel. I say, what's the plural for compass?
Compi.
Did you realize it just as you said it, or did you know it beforehand?
No. That was definitely... I said it, then I heard what I said.
Oh.
It was my biomass burners.
This hypertube is going to be exceptionally scenic.
Okay, there are too many hard drives in this area, so it's a good question mark whether I tag the right one or not. There are a lot of enemies this way.
Yeah, I mean, you should be able to... It shouldn't be that bad to deal with now, though.
Oh no, I'm just running past them now because I'm bored of fighting them.
Get more protein.
So, the mysterious crate was at this quartz, and it had 100 quartz in it.
Such a scenic hypertube is going to go straight past one of the actual hard drive locations.
The stunning rebar is very effective.
I never really used the stunning rebar, I just used the regular rebar, and everything else I just fucking Xenobashed.
It makes Xenobashing those tough big ones, those tough big spitters, really nice.
Spin! Bugs are spinning! The bugs just, like, spaz out if they touch a hypertube.
Oh, interesting.
No, they're just on the other side of it trying to get to me, so they're just like, spin.
Oh, shame they aren't self-destructing. Do you remember how much quartz I should bring back to camp? For research?
The quartz crystals?
Yeah, or processed quartz, either way.
Just bring back a few hundred. Yeah, or bring back as much as you can carry, because we need them for crystal oscillators anyways.
Oh, yeah.
So if you handcraft some crystal oscillators, you can finish a few more research, because you only need, like, the next couple research, you only need, like, I think 5 and 10 oscillators. Can't wait to fall off this thing and kill myself. It's like nerds should have made a parachute.
Parachutes are a trap.
Let's power this entrance and take a look at this hypertube. Whee! Yeah, it's going straight up and over. Alright, the next phase is going to take 15,000 steel beams. Because the one that takes the, 3,000 steel beams, the 500 thing there, you need 5 times as many.
Yeah, that one will have to set up a train.
And then downhill, wee, super fast! You finding some more of those hard drives?
No, I'm kind of wondering that if I set up this quartz mining and production only on a bioburner, how much quartz it'll produce before it runs out of fuel? I'm kind of asking myself.
Pretty sure the answer is still lots.
That's kind of it, where I'm like, it'd be wise to run power, because then power is ran, but do I need to?
Just build a power. You only need like 10 power poles to get it through the cave there.
Yeah, I should just run it. But this way it produces while I run power. Efficient. And if I, because I didn't run power on my way here, now I'm not bringing anything back to camp.
Keep forgetting to get modular flames. Heading back. I'll have to look at making a hypertube to where we're going to start setting up some fuel stuff. Did you start analyzing the hard drives?
I started one while I was there.
Okay, I think we still need 2 to be saved, because two of the researches now require a hard drive. I believe they are in the sulfur tree? No.
I was wondering why you had one set aside. Now I know.
Hypertube just goes by some angry plants. Say hi to the angry plants. But the next tier is a nice one. There's some gas masks, which will allow us to easily get the rest of the hard drives. I looked at the jetpack, and it's not actually that good for flight.
I started having more and more fun with the jetpack at the end of the last game.
Yeah,
especially when you combine it with reckless hypertubing.
When you do, but it's really nice for when you do, the slide jump. It maintains the speed as you jetpack.
Oh, that's useful.
Which is really nice. But in terms of actually going vertical, it's not very fast.
No, it's definitely a horizontal tool.
The other thing is, though, it goes through fuel really quickly, so...
It worked well with a hypertube where you just rocket yourself in the general direction you're going, and then you can use the jetpack for a safe landing. Safe fish.
I forgot to make myself some more rebar. I used all my rebar in research, so... It's okay. Most of the enemies here aren't the bug things, which is really the only thing I use the rebar for. But I can just do the dash jump to the bug things and usually kill them before they can even summon any.
Oh, that's efficient. Hey, quartz is powered.
Besides, I have all these nuts I want to put in my mouth. Wait, that came out wrong.
Yep.
There's also a hard drive over here. I'm not sure if I picked this one up. This one only needs 30 megawatts. And a rotor. The parts that are around the drop things are random, right?
No idea. Okay, we have an unexciting quartz recipe. We have steel into rods. And we have a more efficient concrete recipe.
Steel into rods? Steel into rods is actually, it's not necessarily efficient, but it's very high output, right?
I follow.
I think it is. Well, I'll double check that.
I just clicked on it. I didn't double check. I like the better concrete recipe, but it takes silica and concrete, where I'm like, okay, it's rare that you're that bottlenecked on concrete.
I wonder if I should even bother with Mark II miners on the sulfur, because the one coal is pure, and the coal and the 2 sulfur with just Mark Is on it, I think it makes about 120 black powder per minute.
And it's not like you're ever that hard up for it.
I don't even have a recipe for black powder yet. Fucking might as well build miner Mark II on it.
Here we go. Shatter rebar.
Nice. Shatter rebar is strong, I believe. Guess I should have brought power out here. Idiot.
You know what? We messed up. We had a Mach 1 belt feeding beams into our machine. And with it cranked up, it needed better than a Mach 1.
You know what I hate about the forest area? How the foliage makes so you can't see all those fucking charger enemies.
Yes.
Sulfur should be near here. It's like just put Mark II miners on everything. It's like, how much black powder do you need? Yes.
I want it all.
That is an alpha bowl. Where did the big alpha bowl go? Oh, what if you charge it off into the water?
I love that when a machine is supercharged, it actually animates faster too. I'm just like watching it run. I'm like, that feels like it's got high maintenance costs. That looks like a lot of wear and tear on parts.
Hey, use your chainsaw in the forest. There goes all your inventory space. Every single time I use my chainsaw, it's like 180 leaves, 50 flowers, and 200 wood. I like all those big guys when you actually go to jump at them, you bounce off them.
Yeah, they're like, squishy.
Oh, cool. The power slug. I'm not building foundation. I'm freeing up inventory space.
Just this massive industrial container in the middle of nowhere full of wood and leaves. That'll be important when we try to go to full biofuel.
Yeah, full biofuel, you're funny. I mean, you could use biofuel to make liquid biofuel for fuel generators.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's kind of what I meant.
I don't know
Follow
why
the
you
chain
would do
all
that.
the way. There's bragging rights in a eco factory in this game where to use zero coal or oil. I'm surprised they haven't built a nut farm producing machine.
So you put all the nuts in your mouth. Keep getting into combat with something, but I can't see it. That's the big poison field. I do not want to go through that. Suddenly chargers. Anyways, didn't bring enough steel with me for conveyors.
No, I was reckless on this trip out to the silica, so I'm short on healing. Or I do not have the healthy stockpile I used to have.
Alright, alpha bitch, come at me. You're gonna get stunned. Ow. Was too late on that strike. Wasn't on that one though. Gotcha, bitch. Whee! Nuts in my mouth while sliding down a hill.
So you're saying you were on your knees at that point?
Yes. Have you taken the SCENIC hypertube yet?
Not yet.
I actually ran out of the iron bars. I can send off the space elevator.
Ooh, hell yes.
Hello, angry plants. Yeah, I did a slide jump just as I came out of the hypertube, and it's just like, wee.
Did you build boosters or no?
No. We don't have the power output for boosters yet.
I think we do.
I mean, not to make power boost. Like, if we do a full power booster on one of them, it's 340 megawatts. No, 680 if we do it on both ends.
We have, what, 1,200 to spare? Yes, that has to carry us for a while, but...
Right, but remember that we're going to be working with refineries next, and refineries all use like 30 megawatts each, and we need like dozens and dozens of them, so... We don't need a booster yet. Like, it literally takes like 20 seconds for that hypertube to get to steel. Not even.
Nice.
Where the fuck are iron bars?
The container for them is in the middle of nowhere. Or in a funky spot. But we have the Explorer now, too.
I made the oscillators for that.
Yeah.
Did you make a container for rods, or are they still like you have to pull them out of this machine?
No, there is a container. It's just not in an obvious spot, and I don't remember where. I know that's not a helpful answer.
Because remember that all this organization does is make it take longer because we have to find the shit. Alright, I found it.
Like, there's a good purpose to organizing when we had 4 people, but with 2 people, it's less of a priority.
Alright, I'm going to send the space elevator. Did you want to watch?
I'm watching.
Alright, club a seal to get a better deal. And sent. Are we heading out? Goodbye, space elevator!
So much shiny lights.
I like how you overproduce these things, so now we're just getting more of them in here. Alright, what are you working on right now?
I just queued up oil refining, so I'm going to be grabbing all the milestone parts for it.
Okay, I have the motors for it, so I'll do that.
Sweet. You don't have the encased beams and the pipe, do you?
I think I might have... That's what I have for it.
Okay. That means I'm typing the hypertube. This is a very scenic trip. I appreciate it. Oh, nice. You built some platforms and then removed them. Very scenic. Very aesthetic.
I mean, if you're doing the up and over technique, you kind of have to, right? Otherwise, you get weird windy belt going up the mountain.
Oh, where it...
Where, like, clips through and...
When you're going up a ramp, you mean?
Yeah. Or, like, if you're going up the hypertube, like if you're building it without building the foundations and the ramps and stuff.
Oh, yeah. So is the speed up on the slide or on the jump?
I think it's because you slide is what makes the thing go fast. If you just do a normal run and jump, it doesn't speed you up, right?
Yeah.
It's the fact that the slide gives you a slight boost in speed. And then the jump carries that speed throughout it.
We have oil.
So I believe every other research requires rubber and plastic.
Oh yeah, we do have to float a little bit before we get to power, because we need heavy modular frames and computers, which are advanced manufacturing parts.
Beat up a bull. Annoying skitter bug.
Did you ever find the rod container store bin?
Yep. Like, yeah, preparing machines for things that I can't even make yet. More rain.
I feel like when they did the enemy rework, they added extra enemies. So do you have a preference between going east or west for oil?
I like starting the oil production at the west end.
Sounds good.
Is that what you're heading out to do?
That's what I'm figuring I'm going to walk towards.
I'm just building more sulfur stuff.
I got ahead of myself. Forgot to bring power.
Don't forget to make a hypertube out there.
That's smart, but a lot of work.
And make sure it's scenic.
Scenic hypertube on the first trip. There's good material out here for a scenic trip. I feel like this spot is one of the places that got reworked. It is different.
Is that area that different?
It's definitely changed.
Of course, I don't have materials to build a MAM. Can you build a MAM? Oh wait, you don't have the materials for it to put in. Dang it! All right, I guess I'm going back to get some more materials. Well, I mean, I don't have to go far. I just have to go to the copper over at steel production. Walk through some poison fields because why not?
Oh, took down a spitter without getting touched.
Stun rebar?
Stun rebar. Now to find out what happens when you stun a flyer pod. Absolutely nothing. Happens when you stun an aggro flyer pod. Absolutely nothing.
Well, that's annoying. You know those big stingers?
Yeah.
It's right in the middle of the fucking steel production. Where's this platform going?
Is it going west?
No, you're going northeast.
I got my west and east backwards, so I started production in the east.
Well, I mean, can you bring... Yeah, I was about to say, I'm going to bring some of the powder along over there, too, because I usually use that spot to make the smokeless powder, because you need, heavy oil for it. Alright, now let's build the map, and I'll research this. Did you build big storage back at base for all the different materials?
Only for the stuff we're producing there. Oh, no, not big storage. Only small storage.
Alright, now that I've actually researched, I can produce it here. Of course, we're going to need power. And there we go, 240 black powder per minute. Fill my inventory with wood and leaves.
I should have built that hypertube.
Helps if this conveyor is up. Much better. Another hand slot. And explosives. Did you head back to base?
Yeah, I'm back at base.
There is a memory research in sulfur that takes rotors, and I think there's some sulfur in the chest there. If not, I can come back with some sulfur.
There's no sulfur in the chest.
Alright, I'm on my way back. And then we can call her here. I think we got a lot done.
Yeah. And just about ready to kick off steel production.
Steel production or oil production?
Ah, oil. Yes, that other word.
But I think you're going to need more motors, aren't you?
I grabbed a bunch of motors from the stockpile, so...
You're going to need a lot more than that, so... But yeah, that one research where it heads to the right side there, both of those require an extra... hard drive. So one of them is for the compacted coal, and one of them I believe is for turbo fuel.
Oh, yeah. Because they did they moved those into they're no longer random.
And turbo fuel, once you get diluted fuel and turbo fuel, you can have one node give like 21,000 megawatts. It gets pretty insane. The only problem is you have to actually start bringing like coal and sulfur to the oil.
Which isn't that big of a problem. Or it's worth it.
Too bad you can't like start the research and then like put items in. Howdy, ma'am. We'll get this done. And that one requires 25 coal. Alright, should we call her here?
Let's call it.
All right. Next time, I think we'll start working towards fuel power.
Yeah, we got some steps to do, but we're
Yeah, we need the
on
plastic
way.
and rubber, but then we'll start going on the way towards that. All right. Thanks for watching.
Hey folks, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, share, and comment. You can click on the left button to subscribe and the right one to watch more Satisfactory. Thanks for watching.